Most first-time homebuyers don't pick the right house. They pick the one that they fell in love with first. And that feeling, it happens fast, sometimes within minutes of walking in. Here's the problem. That emotional moment can quietly override everything else. The price, the location, even obvious red flags. By the end of this video, you'll see how this happens and what to be mindful of to help you avoid this trap. Buyers will research neighborhoods for weeks, comparing mortgage rates down to the decimals, but then walk into one house and suddenly none of that matters. They'll overlook a bad layout, stretch their budget, even ignore inspection issues, all because something felt right. So, how does one emotional moment override months of logic? For most people, it's one specific moment. You walk in, the lights hit the living room just right, and you picture your future there. Dinner with friends, quiet mornings, a new life. And in that moment, you're not evaluating a house anymore. You're imagining a version of yourself. That's the shift. And once your brain links that house to your future identity, it becomes incredibly hard to walk away. Here's where it gets interesting. The first house that gives you that emotional hit becomes your reference point. Every house after that, you compare it to that feeling, even if the next one is objectively better. Psychologists call this anchoring, and it's powerful. Studies show people rely heavily on the first piece of information they experience when making decisions. So, your dream home might just be the first one that made you feel something. But here's the twist. Once you like a house, your brain starts rewriting reality. That small kitchen, you tell yourself it's cozy. That long commute, it's not really that bad. You're not just evaluating anymore, you're justifying. In fact, research shows that once people feel ownership over something, they begin to overvalue it significantly. Like your friend who ignored three major issues with a house because they couldn't stop thinking about it. Now add one more thing, competition. You find out that other people want the same house, and suddenly you want it more. Not because it's better, but because it's scarce. The twist is homes with multiple offers often sell for higher than their actual market value. So now you're not just buying a house, you're trying to win. And winning feels good even if it costs you. Here's another part most people miss. When you fall in love with a house, you stop thinking about the exit. Resale value, flexibility, future changes, all that's ignored because you're focused on getting in. But here's the reality. A large percentage of first-time homebuyers move within the first 5 to 7 years. So the house you choose emotionally might not fit your life very long. But in that moment early on, that's invisible. Now, here's the important part. This doesn't mean you're irrational. It means that you're human. Homes aren't just financial decisions, they're emotional environments. You're choosing where your life happens. So, of course, emotion plays a role. The key isn't removing emotion, it's recognizing when it's leading the decision. Your choices aren't random, they're shaped by how you see the future and who you're trying to become. That's why the wrong house can feel so right because it matches a version of you, not necessarily your reality. And once you see that, you stop asking, do I love this house? And start asking, is this house right for my life? So here's a question for you. Have you ever felt that instant connection to something and later realized it wasn't the right choice? Would you trust that feeling again? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm curious. And if you want more videos breaking down the psychology behind money, decisions, and real life choices, consider subscribing.